Well, joining me is Andrew Newton from the Green Party. We said we'd invite you back after you had your relaunch, and you've had now meetings, you've got a new sort of way forward, and I thought it'd be worth bringing you back to have a chat. And I must say, if any other political parties out there who want to also talk to us ever, please do feel free, because it is a question now of getting your message across that you are in business and you're going to be tackling, issues. So over to you. What have you come up with?
Yeah, so I think I recall we spoke in March, I think it was, just before the relaunch of the party, as I was calling it at that time, that we had an EGM, and I was identified, I think at that time, some of the problems I'd had after the party had been set up and how we'd run aground a bit, and now we'd had a renewed energy, hopefully, to revitalise the party. And I'd like to say that the party meeting was a success, and one of the things I was trying to do there was to have a committee to support me as leader. Well, I was re-elected leader, so that was positive, and that's been really good going forward to today.
Have you decided on your, when you have a manifesto, have you got it all agreed then now?
Yeah, so I think the point with having a committee was then we could share roles and move towards that. Developing policies was often what I'm asked by people as the Green Party. Your philosophy is sustainability, but what does it actually represent for people in the Isle of Man?
What does it mean?
So exactly that. So it's chicken and egg, isn't it? It's like which comes first, and hopefully we're now looking at a approach to build this policy manifesto over time. We're looking at 4 areas at the moment: waste, energy, and transport and health, and we think they're key areas for the Isle of Man, and areas where the Isle of Man Green Party can voice a narrative which might be contrary to the established narrative, but it might endorse the established narrative on those areas as well. And so we're working, we've got different committee members who are creating work groups on these different areas of health and waste in particular. These are the first 2 areas where we're going to be coming out with statements in the near future. And
this is specific to the Isle of Man, because obviously, as you asked before, the Green Party in the UK and you, similar ideas, but not actually, you're not part of it.
Yeah, again, that's a question that's lodged quite frequently, and it's an important question to identify that the Isle of Man Green Party isn't registered in the Isle of Man. It's an Isle of Man party of Isle of Man residents, Isle of Man members, and we only have a relationship with the Green Party of England and Wales, or the Scottish Green Party, or the Northern Ireland Green Party, in our shared endorsement of the concepts of what means a Green Party, and that is the Global Green Party Charter, which is a document representing the philosophy of the Green Party, sustainability being the key term of that. And so we're trying to advance that concept of sustainability in these themes in the Isle of Man, these 4 themes which I've first identified.
Okay. Well, you're focused on politics as well, because, and I can't go into it because obviously you've got the by-elections in local politics, but really it's the national politics stage you're aiming for the next general election?
Absolutely. Well, we're talking about now as a party, what I was very conscious about is getting the architecture, the infrastructure in place for the party to then go forward to develop policies on one hand, to run candidates in election on the other hand, and to engage with the Isle of Man population and the Isle of Man community and the Isle of Man society to develop the ends within that. And so all those themes are going forward now with the Green Party.
Is it tough to find that niche though? Because everyone will give you their green credentials almost now when they stand for elections. Everyone's for more single-use plastic. It all becomes very hip and trendy. Do you have bigger aims than that? Is it just green, or do you deal with other politics?
Well, I think we deal with, as a political party running in Isle of Man elections, we deal with all policies and themes that are relevant to Isle of Man electorate. But obviously these 4 themes that I've identified, transport, energy, transport, energy, health and waste, they're also themes that the Green parties recognise around the world. And I'm raising those issues with priority, because I think they're the really crucial ones for the Isle of Man at the moment that we can really have an impact in.
Okay. Well, we'll watch with interest. This is still, you've got momentum though. You think you've got traction? Yeah,
absolutely. And we had a meeting recently where we sought to develop this. We endorsed these 4 themes that I've talked about, and also we looked at how the party membership has doubled since our EGM, and that's really positive. So now we've got a young committee, 8-member committee, who I think 5 are under 30 now, possibly 4 under 30, and educated individuals, young, passionate, and that was really good to see young people getting getting involved with politics, and especially in the executive committee of the Green Party. And then taking that forward, we've looked to engage with members. We're introducing a digital engagement strategy. So on certain decisions, we're very conscious as the party grows, we can't have large-scale meetings for every decision. So we've selected a range of policies and decisions that then can be engaged with the membership over a digital forum where members can then engage with the executive and confirm.
So push button A, do they?
Absolutely. It's
really?
direct democracy, and that's been bounded around a lot in the Isle of Man. We're lucky to embrace that concept and put some practical meaning to it in terms of members of the party having a say in decisions that affect the Isle of Man and influence Isle of Man politics. And that's a priority, I feel, for the Isle of Man going forward. People are becoming more engaged. We've seen this with the plastic, and they want to have their say, have it in a forum where they can have a meaningful contact with a political party that can then advance those themes into Isle of Man politics.